Welcome to a little bit more of our 333rd Empire campaign. Started as Rayaz, we have finished the Rayaz mission tree as it was foretold. And now we have something to do, and that something is called forming the final empire. Since the dawn of our civilization, times no one even remembers now, our civilization rose and fell from the ashes of the old, a new one always emerged. It has been prophesied that after the 332 empires great have died, a new one will be created. An empire of empires, the last, ultimate one, that shall forever unite all of our race. The time is now. With our recent conquest, we prove to be worthy of a mantle of an empire, allowing others to see our claim to the last empire as legitimate. And now we have KHATALASHYA. KHATALASHYA. There we go. It's a good job that we're low prestige, because now we gain 50. Very nice. Fate is something solid. It's something anyone can influence through their words, deeds, and actions to bring fate closer or push it away. It can be charted to the stars and its course brought closer. This belief has been proven correct, as a follower of the sculptors of fate has founded the 333rd Empire. They have swept away the past of the 332nd Empire, tearing down its polities, institutions, and symbols, and replacing them with everything and everything new, be they homegrown ideas and practices, or those adopted from abroad. Through this knowledge and new thinking, they have forged a path to the final empire. The fate that is left for those lizard folk who believed in the sculptors of being is to simply admit they were wrong and embrace the beliefs of the sculptors of fate, as that which has led to the 333rd Empire. Already many scholars who swore by the belief are denouncing their writings extolling it, and some chiefs and rulers who followed it are clearing out any signs of the penultimate empire and replacing it with the new symbology of the 333rd. And everywhere, all believe that the 333rd Empire will bring all lizard folk together, and into the future. We have made fate our own. Morale of armies. Yeah, of course. So we have new traditions that we can take, but I think what I'd like to do is just read out the last couple ones, because we didn't get to catch up to them. The landscape of the lizard folk jungles is harsh and unforgiving. You never know what you can step on, and your field of view is narrow, apart from the river crossing. This is a perfect environment for guerrilla warfare, and it's why the Araxay tribesmen are able to retain their autonomy from so many empires. A stumble into a toxic flower, road leading to a wild animal's lair, an ambush on the bridge. Those are only a fraction of many ways you can abuse the element of surprise, and anyone who dares enter without our permission will suffer from plenty of them. And then finally, Sykar's Codex. As much as Sykar the Great's reign laid the grounds for a massive polity to emerge, so must the effort of his son, Sykar the Lawgiver, be preached, as he is the one who built a structure to preserve the state from near fragmentation at the hands of squabbling tribes and Anzaran loyalists. He, unlike his father, integrated himself fully into the Naga structures, brought the most influential scholars from across the cities, and along with the high priests, Ekhati codified the law to correct it in line with the morals of the sculptors of fate, making it so every lizard lives according to Anzalkatsa teachings. And then, of course, we missed out on the ICA as well. But from this, we will now take the 333rd traditions. We have our infantry compatibility back, so 10% there is the same as what we would have gotten from the finisher. We also have Province War Score cost -15, very nice. Missionary Strength +3, very nice. Admin Efficiency is a great modifier, happy with that. Production Efficiency is good. Merchant Guild's Loyalty Equilibrium is good as well. A Missionary and some National Unrest Reduction. Construction Cost, Center of Trade Upgrade Cost. The Gov Cap modifier +15, I really like that. And we're soon going to get some Fire Damage Received -15, which is a fantastic modifier. Some foreign spy detection, and yearly corruption. So we're missing out on that discipline that we had, which is a little sad. We're slightly less disciplined now that we formed the final empire, but it is what it is. We'll get around to it. But also we have the new KHATALASHYA mission tree, and it is fat. And we were definitely correct to finish the mission tree that we had, because, well, we lost it. We don't get to keep that mission tree. So definitely in your games as Rayaz or Kugra or any of the lizard guys here, definitely finish your mission tree before you get onto this one. So what we have to do now is build a bunch of temples, it looks like, and have low autonomy. We need to have 3 stab, and we need to have 10 courthouses, or have the province modifier mutation homeland. Huh. I didn't know that was a thing. But, yeah, so we'll get that started and sorted and all of that. But also, of course, now we have new ideas. The final empire. Lizardfolk history is analogous to a river. It twists and bends as the water flows towards its mouth. Some sections are violent, the water thrashing against its banks as war engulfs the latest lizardfolk empire. Some are peaceful as the water flows calmly through eras without conflict. But even at the river's widest point, it cannot compare to the ocean at the end. Each empire before us was but a minor meander in the lizardfolk timeline. We are its destination. We are the final form. We are the ocean. We are the 333rd empire. The jewels of lizardfolk culture are its great cities, not necessarily for the wondrous architecture, but for the craftspeople who live within them. The walls of every blacksmith are caked with the history of 1,000 blacksmiths before them. Same is true of every bakery, every jeweler, every tannery, every dockyard, and every other building where a skilled craftsperson plies their trade. Their knowledge is carefully compiled and recorded, then passed down to their children and apprentices to carry on their profession. While the cities themselves may have traded hands hundreds of times over the millennia, the knowledge within them is retained. Alright, fair enough. The divine power of the Naga means they have historically played a significant part in lizardfolk society. From minor roaming tribes guided by a single Naga to the vast empires of old, with hundreds of Naga making decisions as a high council, they have often had important senior positions amongst our people. This has been the cause for many conflicts, sometimes even tearing empires apart. Tearing empires apart as the interests of the Naga clashed with that of the nobility. The changes within our empire. We will clarify exactly what the role of the Nagas are in our society. Never again shall this uncertainty tear us apart. And also, thank you very much, Calla Duskwood, for the Prime. 6 months. Nice. Thanks so much. The jungle cities, the construction costs. I love this modifier. It's very nice. What makes the 333rd Empire so powerful is that it draws from the 332 empires that came before. The great lizardfolk cities that stand today are testament to that. However, for the many great lizardfolk cities standing today, there are 10 times as many hidden deep in the jungle's undergrowth. We should uncover these cities and rebuild them back to their former glory. And finally, we have lessons of the past. If you want to start an argument with the lizardfolk, point out the impossibility of counting 333 empires across history. They'll assure you that generations of chroniclers have been documenting each empire's rise and fall across time. That much is certainly true. But getting any of those chroniclers to agree with each other, or agreeing on an interpretation of what they wrote, is another question entirely. For example, if you were to take all primary and secondary sources deemed official by the Naga, there were 5 empires all active across the same time from the 214th to the 219th. Or there's a part where the Emperor Haxels were midway through the declaration of the 90th Empire before a spear was hurled through his skull and the 91st Empire was declared, meaning the 90th Empire lasted a whole 12 seconds. One area where this careful recording has helped, however, is that one can learn a lot about what not to do when running an empire from reading about how 332 previous empires collapsed. That's kind of funny. I was wondering how they knew that, this is the 333rd, because, like, how far back does this go? But to know that there's so much, let's say, bullshit hanging around it makes sense. New mission tree, yes, we have the KHATALASHYA. I'm pronouncing that wrong every single time, holy balls. KHATALASHYA mission tree. It is brand new. It is not even on the bit bucket. This is a fork of the bit bucket that I was given. Yeah, thank you very much to Scamp. And also for this fork that I'm using, thank you to Ziwick. So yeah, very, very thankful that I get a little bit of early hands-on. But anyway, let us have a look at these missions again, right? So I need 3 stab. How much it cost me to stab up? Can I make it cheaper anywhere? I got all power costs. I could swap to you. I think I'm going to do that just so I can get it as cheap. It's not that cheap still. We'll just do it one time for now. So we'll get that sorted. Here I need 8 more temples. That's not a problem. And then here I need these 10 provinces. Ooh, is that including you? 10 owned provinces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I own 8 of them. So who am I integrating? None of my vassals have 2. They all have like 1 each, except you. You have 1. So I guess I'm going to. Oh, I wanted to wait until this was done. I guess Rayaz also had the integration, annexation thing, whereas these guys don't. So that's maybe I still want to wait until I finish this before I integrate my vassals. So we're still gonna wait. Look at this guy shilling for the mod 2. Hell yeah, they deserve it, you know. But anyway, I'm still going to start working on this. So you are 1. You are 1. I keep forgetting. Right, that. Okay. That one. Okay. Oh, actually, there was one more. Seize land? I suppose I could seize land. That's true. How mad is everyone? Kashir is the least mad. Actually, you know what? None of them are mad because you can just, like, stop diverting their trade. Kugra is the least mad, but they're also the only one that doesn't own one. So that's fun. So yeah, I think I need 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I need 2. I can't seize from Kashir because it's his capital. Can't seize from you because it's your capital. So from Gasha, I am going to need 5 Dev Mountain. Gasha. I'll pay off your debt as well. There we go. And I want this province. Fantastic. Let's just core that first. And then from Nazni, I want this island of Ran something or other. Razan you can. I'm sure you can. Anyway, Razan you can. Seize land here. Nice. We can keep everyone happy. Beautiful. We can also start demonstration soon as well. I can also make a new state. This one was strange, right? It gave me the ability to colonize here, but no follow-up. It was a bit odd. Bit odd indeed. No longer trading in dyes, that's fine. Yeah, more temples here. What is it that we need temples in? It's the culture, right? All owned provinces of Arxay have a temple and a cathedral, or 20 owned provinces in total that have low autonomy. Okay, so maybe I do these as well. We might get a bit closer already. Now we're at 15. Nice. There's no way of checking autonomy on here, unfortunately. I'll just build a bunch of temples, because temples are pretty decent anyway. Let me dev. A bit cheaper. Alright. Troop-wise, we're so far below our force limit. It's crazy. Was I improving any of my wonders? No. I do have a rebel faction. I have no idea where they are, though. Oh, they're on here. That's fine. Sort you out. Ooh, hello. Prospering times here. It's grain, so it's rural infrastructure. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Demonstration is so tempting, but no, I need to save up 182. That's crazy. Do I want to take an influence idea? No, I think I might want to do a little bit of, Wait, why am I 7 out of 2? Oh, no. I can say that. Sorry, no more alliance. Take hobo, I need to stop guaranteeing. Who the fuck are they? Oh, these guys. Right. Revoke that guarantee. And we have finished our first mission! None more deserve the accolades for leading lizard folk to the prophesied final empire than the Naga. It is they whose steady hand, or rather gaze, have guided our society to this long-promised glory. Sometimes, though, these Naga who live in the great cities can take too much of the attention. They guide the leaders of the great nations and all the people of our thriving cities. But is the sole Naga tending to their tribal flock with little help from outside support who deserve more attention? We need to start supporting the local Naga of these tribes, for some of them may not even realize the prophecy has been fulfilled. Is new patch live? No. The new patch goes live on the 5th of July. So, all own provinces of Araxi culture will lose 10 years of separatism and lose some autonomy. All owned provinces of Araxi lose culture on jungle terrain that has a church gets 10 dev cost reduction. Does that mean I want to build all the churches before I do this, or do I get that modifier after I click this and then build a temple? I don't know the answer to that. What are we looking at for Araxi culture? There's a fair bit. Let me just go. I feel like I want to. Let me just make sure everyone has one, because why not? I feel like I might want to just wait, because you know what? Can I give out strong duchies? I thought I already had strong duchies given out. Or the Naga replaced strong duchies with something better. Yeah, I can no longer do that. I can integration policy though. What was it they gave? Nope, apparently I lost that, and I have now lost the ability to get it again. Okay, fun. But I will start diverting trade again from the people I can. It's for temples with low autonomy. Now, all owned provinces of that culture on jungle terrain that have a church get tribal Naga home until the end of the game. I'm just basically wondering if this can be done after the fact. Like, if I take that mission and then I build a temple, will that apply? Because I don't know the answer to that. I assume it will. You doubt it will. Okay, fun. Do I take a few loans? Maybe some burger loans. Also, I haven't taken that. Let's take that. And I will indebt myself. What do you want? Oh, I hated this. Fun. Awful, 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 awful mission. I forgot about that one. Let's also sell a few of those. And now... Your jungle. There we go. There's no easy way of doing this, unfortunately, other than just clicking through. You're building one already. Oh, you're a hill anyway. You're a hill, you're a mountain, you're a hill, you're a jungle. I'll also stab up for the mission now. Oh, true, yeah. There we go. Lizard folk civilizations have risen and fallen. The jungles of Tankias are littered with their remains, their glories, accomplishments, and failings. 332 empires across 100,000 years. Okay, it's quite a long time then. New dawn after new dawn, collapse after collapse. A great empire will rise only for it to inevitably fall as the sun sets. But not us. The prophecy has come true. The cycle has been broken. The 333rd empire is here. The final empire. KHATALASHYA. We shall take our place amongst the stars where no light ever fades, for our empire shall be eternal. So until the end of the game, I get morale of armies, tolerance of true faith, admin efficiency 10. Oh yes, please. Yearly absolutism and max absolutism plus 50. God damn, awesome. Absolutism hasn't been unlocked yet, but it will eventually be awesome. So to end, had non-empire event. I don't know what the balls that's supposed to be. I need to complete 2 Naga agendas. That's annoying. Influence needs to go lower, and the Nagas needs to go higher. God damn. So support the Nagas and de-support the others. You want one, so I'm just gonna dev click once, and then we can build one there as well. That's annoying. And there is the failure of the mission. Fun, 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 fun. Okay. A halfling's gift. I'll reward them for their generosity because I need those diplo points. How do we know there's been 333 empires? Ever since the pronouncement of KHATALASHYA, this question has been raised, and the answers given by those in charge and the Naga have not been satisfactory answer. For starters, these empires supposedly stretch back 100,000 years. That is a truly mind-bogglingly large amount of time. The amount of records we have from even the 330th Araxite Empire is slim, most of it having been lost in the wake of the onslaught when many of their great cities were sunk beneath the ocean. That was a little over 2,500 years ago. How we possibly know about other empires 25,000 years ago? Even what verifiable records we do have are written by a lizard who was copying a text to that interpretation of a painting done by an artist who heard from a hermit who spoke to a spirit who heard it from the gods themselves. It's a historical game of Yansheni whispers where messages have surely been lost over time. These issues could be alleviated if the stance was that the stories of the 333 empires are merely metaphorical. If they were fables, lessons one could take into how properly to govern a country. But if we were to accept that stance, then there is no reason why the 333rd empire should be special. The entire prophecy is founded on the central conceit that KHATALASHYA is definitely the 333rd Empire, and therefore destined to last forever. Should even one small piece of doubt enter the minds of its citizens, faith in the prophecy will collapse and the absolute right to rule will be challenged. The Naga will not allow that to happen. You will not doubt the prophecy! I lose faith in the prophecy. Fuck! I get strong faith in the prophecy. Okay. The event Nonsense Empires happens in 182 days. Oh, fun. The halflings are holding a festival. I'm not affording that. Does that mission by any chance have a highlight for the culture? It kinda does. Ish. I suppose. They are currently being built on now. I suppose that would help. So you don't have one. Ah, there we go. Right. But you're not a jungle, so I don't really care about you. I think I've got them all. Probably. I'll just wait until they're all built. This is the most painful rebels. The issue of the 333 empires shows no signs of subsiding. If anything, the problems are only getting worse. Most lizard folk only know about a few of the most famous empires. The First Empire, who were bestowed the spires by the gods. The 271st Empire, whose advancements frightened even the genies. What has been less publicized are the empires with more dubious historiography, and the entire prophecy risks becoming a laughingstock. Take, for example, the 55th Empire. It was simply a single hermit alone in his hut. He declared himself emperor and dared anyone to challenge him. When nobody spoke up, which naturally nobody did as he was completely alone, he pronounced the beginning of his empire and started detailing his exploits as emperor. The fact that this empire is counted among the 333 is made all the more jarring by the fact Karask was never considered an official empire despite ruling the entire eastern Sarhali coast at one point. The explanation that it couldn't be declared the 333rd Empire while the 332nd Empire of Zerat still stood doesn't hold water when you consider that there have been times when multiple emperors were active at once, including on occasion when 6 empires were all active at the same time. It's almost as though they were not declared the final empire simply because their king did not listen to the advice of the Naga. Faith in the 333rd Empire will lie in its actions. Despite being eternal, we do not have eternity to assuage the doubts of the populace. If our reach can encompass all lizard folk, if our influence stretches across the oceans and beyond even the stars themselves, then stories like that of the hermit will just become curious oddities of our foundational story, rather than undermining faith in the prophecy. There have definitely, 100%, zero doubt at all, there's been 333 empires. Oh no. We're now questioning the faith, and, I need to complete missions to restore faith in the prophecy. No! Not good. Had non-empire event. Okay, we're good now. But I do need to do some diet events. We'll get to it. These all finished building yet? It looks like they have. So we can now click this one as well. All owned provinces will lose separatism and local autonomy and get some dev cost. Let's go. So, Arizari support. I need Kugra to have a shipyard and a temple, and I need to own it myself. So I need to finish this ID group. Oh, let's take that tech first. Oh shit, went the wrong direction. No, okay, you can kill them. Or maybe you can't kill them. Get a new commandant. Half price skill 2. I think I will take you. My statesman dies. No, I kind of like him. Land theft. I think I'm going to side with the Naga here because I do need them to gain a bit of influence for an mission. There's that sorted. So now, can I take another one? 551, I gotta wait until. Also, I kind of want you to be more happy. Get increased levies on. This I can't really do yet. Okay. I also think we can start making a bit of a larger army. Definitely think I want to pay off my loans, though. Still got 1,000 ducats. This lizard post was very, very good, wasn't it? Price of clothes increased by 20%. Global trade efficiency. Yeah. Let's start building that. Naga cannot have children, nor do they experience romantic feelings or sexual urges. This can sometimes create disconnect between a Naga advisor and their student looking for advice in matters of love. Generally, when it comes to relationships, Naga focus on practical ways to maintain a positive relationship with a spouse or family through financial security or spiritual guidance. This works quite well, as a lizard in love can lose sight of more mundane matters and need a Naga to pull them back to reality. Where issues emerge, though, is when Naga fail to recognize when someone is talking about romantic feelings. This has cropped up in an unexpected way when it came to the history of the venerable Fourth Empire. According to Naga chroniclers, the empire fell apart when trust between its people was crushed. But when the original text describing the incident was published more widely, this more likely interpretation of the text became clear. A metaphor for a relationship falling apart due to a cheating spouse. By itself, this wouldn't be so damaging. But as more people started looking through the historical empires for missed romantic metaphors, the issue of the 111th Empire emerged. The text describing an incredible tower by a deep mineshaft with a flowing river was likely not talking about the city of Zerat, but a graphic sexual act! How lewd. Oh, right, we're even more questioning the faith of the prophecy. This is... we're questioning it way too fast. I feel like the questioning needs to slow down. We're definitely going too fast here. So here I need to go and... wait. I need to own all of my vassals, essentially. Nazni and Selanyas, or whatever you're called. Skullboon, thank you very much for the Prime. Appreciate it. 2 months now. Nice, thank you. But yeah, I need to do some of these. I can do one right now. Right. Fingers crossed that it's not terrible. Serpent Diet. The principles upon which the Naga Council operates is that even you, honoured Emperor, must sometimes sweat. Chambers of stone with all such chambers are chosen from grander ancient places, heavy with the weight of so many lizard folk millennia. This is a place that would not exist but for the organization of mortals, a place which knows the inheritance we have all received from the gods. Do you feel it, Emperor? Do you feel a parent's fear for our orphaned plane? This is no petty gathering of villagers where each peasant yells their grievance into a crowd. This is an ancient process of discernment, and the Naga gathered here are not wet nurses. Do not mistake this for a class recitation. The Naga assembled here will neither punish you for sleeping through your lesson, nor pat your head in praise for your sturdiousness. You're an emperor, not a child. So, it wants me to have 5,000 gold, and I'll gain an admin. I can do that. I can have 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold will be mine if the merchants help me out. 5,000. I need to save a bit more money. But that's fine. We can do this. We can do this. Didn't I, can I... 100% of the investment will be returned. Let's go. We're now only 700 ducats away. Boom. Very nice, very nice. That's not me, that's you, okay. So I just need to make sure you are a little bit happier. 180, I can get that up a bit higher. At least those rebels aren't from this. Thankfully, particularists have very low morale. Growth of business and boast, give me a little bit more dev. We like that. Oh, and a gold rush! Ah, quite delightful. Hey, Naga! Thank you very much. We're now a 442. And I can next do one in 56. We also need to work on making you less impactful, you less impactful. That rebellion is my vassal, so I don't care. 75 diplo points, thank you. I also need to dev myself the printing press. Yay, gotta love that. I can take the Diplotech again. What I could do, actually, is probably build a few fat manufactories. Those were all pretty good. Some of the... Oh, hello. Some really fat workshops as well that I could have built. I know we got still the estate loans, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Seizing land... Annoyingly, you're going to be very annoyed still. Ah, fuck it. Everyone keeps being pissed off at me. Not happy. It's fine. Do I take that mill tech now? There's no way I can get printing press soon. I have so little inno. I kind of want the inno, so I'll take it. I'm also going to focus dip for a little while. I'm making a bit of money. I wouldn't mind getting a half-price guy, but where I'm going to get that from, I do not know. I feel like you might even already be half-price. You're not. You're just cheap. You half-price? Administrative Council minus 25. Okay. Get some armed tradition and superior units. Small cannon is always better. What am I even doing here? Ship trade power propagation. I don't think I have any navy at all, though, do I? No. But I do have some rebels about to pop. Kashi is now pissed off as well. That's unfortunate. Influence lower than 50. That's kind of tough, actually. That's integrate vassals. That's integrate vassals. Oh, I still didn't build my courthouses here. I forgore. And you also need one. Damn, devastation here is wild. No idea why that's so high. Let's blame Wega Bigger. Excellent year. Up and down there. Okay. So you need courthouse as well. Okay. That'll be that mission complete then. As soon as those courthouses are built. It's amusing that humanity often, that considers elves, orcs, dwarves, and hobbies as all separate races from themselves. The mutations that different types of lizard folk can exhibit vary so incredibly wildly. Extra sets of arms, eyes, legs, massive hulking armored bodies that rival a troll in size, to the small scuttling bodies of lizards, near indistinguishable from kobolds. These are all lizard folk and all part of the final empire. Bring all mutation variations under our control and let them understand that all mutations of lizard folk are part of the 333rd Empire. So very beautiful. Don't want to sell titles. How am I going to get this guy's opinion up? Do I need to do the thing? Monopoly guild rights, but they gain 10 influence, and this gives them 5, so this doesn't help me either. What is your baseline? 50. This diet summoned here is what's really screwing me, I think. I just need to do one more diet anyway. Okay, it's relief effort there. Keterada doesn't like me. Well, screw you. Either way, controlled mutations is complete. We can now have up to 5 mutations active at a time. I don't think I know how mutations apply, unless it's these. No. How do you apply mutations anyway? Pair under the gov forms. Yeah, I think so. So we'll click that one. End. The Blood Curse. No province is not owned by me. So again, that's another integration mission. Here, I need 140 development in Rada Lizard Folk. They all need to have courthouses, temples. Wait, one province needs to be courthouse, temple, 30 dev, expanded infrastructure. What are you? Doesn't have a courthouse. This is probably going to be... No, you're Ichada. Okay, I still need one of those. All right, where's the... Over here. You're Rada. 20... Are you Rada? You are. Okay, this is probably going to be the province that I do that in. So, I guess what I need to do now is just integrate all of my guys. So, I guess let's finish influence ideas. We'll go behind on Diplo points, I think. Or Diplo tech. But anyway, first idea done. Oh, let me just grab you and go over here. Most lizard folk mutations are considered to be blessings by the gods. The Naga are most famous, with their shape and powerful magical abilities being considered a blessing from the god Naga Katesh. But their armies too have been filled with mutated lizard folk, such as the powerful croc folk, whose thick scales, swords, bounced off of bullets, however, do not bounce off scales. Okay. Thus, the armies of the 333rd Empire adapted. The bow-legged, speedy iguana folk, who historically acted as messengers rather than soldiers due to their lack of claws or strength, became the premier flanking ranged troops, as their low-lying figures made them hard to hit with musket fire. Was this written by a Skaven? Hard to aim hit. Anyway, their guns were very light. The Crocfolk donned plated steel armor battle suits with mounted miniature cannons, turning them into furious one-lizard armies that could destroy brigades of humans by themselves. All lizard folk mutations can find their place in the armies of the 333rd Empire. Minus 15 fire damage received is a lovely modifier. We indeed do rule. Do I take this? I think I do. So yeah, let's have a look at our gov reforms. What have we got? We have Raknagyakusur. I don't remember this, but those requirement of removing mutations. Wait, these are the mutations, right? Yeah, here we go. This is a mutation. Yes. Okay. So at the moment we have Thanats and Igakiasa on. Do you have any mutations? No. So maybe I add some Naga mutations? Nope, apparently not. Okay. I could add the Bwaga, but it gives them influence, so I obviously can't do that. The waterways of Chenishkad have always been bustling with activity, yet bubbling displeasure has recently joined energetic waves. Merfolk breaching the surface in organized groups have begun impeding vessels, jeering passers-by, and vandalizing ocean-side buildings with slogans such as "Fin or feet, where we greet, all should meet." Despite their disparate methods, their impact is the same. Our activity in the area thoughtlessly disrupts and impedes those beneath the waves. The Merfolk point to damaged flora and fauna of their home, a lack of water-accessible buildings for their merchants and visitors, and tumultuous currents caused by unending ship traffic. On the other hand, we can reconsider how we live along the shore and share the waters with our aquatic neighbors, earning their trust. On the other hand, who do they think they are, telling us what to do? How should we respond to these beachfront protests? Acquiescence in one province, fine, whatever. Yeah, let's go back here. Centralized bureaucracy. All the states would get a bit of loyalty there. I don't want to increase their influence, so not expanded royal court. Minus 5 estates influence would be nice. What do you give for estate influence anyway? You lower the loyalty. Regional councils wouldn't help too terribly much. Representatives of the crown also wouldn't help too much, but royal favoritism definitely would. Disables coal diet, though. Hang on a minute. Let me... Because I do still need to call the frickin' diet. I need to talk to my Naga folk people. With this, the diet would still be called by... supremacy over crown. Or is it just this? Yeah, I don't think I can do that one. I do not think I can do that one. But what can I do instead? I mean, this one is lowering equilibrium, so changing to anything would help. That one increases, so I'd get plus 10 there. Regional Council would be just plus 5. Yeah, plus 5. Also, state maintenance is not bad. Extra Diplo relation, more force limit. And then they increase their taxes of my vassals. Could be nice. I'm gonna go with decentralized bureaucracy, I think. This one gives minus 10 Naga influence. I kinda need to increase the Naga influence. I could swap to maintain balance of power, actually. Yeah, let's swap there. And I'm going to swap... swap there. So that means you should go up to 60. Sorry, it was you I was looking at before. 66. Okay, we can probably work that. We could probably make that work. I'm not going to click that one, though. Demonstration at some point would be a good idea as well. Okay. They say when I finish my idea group, I've still got 25 annexation here. So it's still good. Holy inflation, hang on. And plus 1 is nice. How did my inflation get that high? I don't remember any, like, plus 0.02 from gold is just not that impactful. And one of them diet things has run out, so we can almost take something from the Ankiashi. And it'll probably be the officer rights, to be fair. Is this a 333rd? It is indeed. There has been no more and no less before us than 332. Exactly that many. No doubts at all in my mind. Don't worry. There's not a single soul is having any wavering faith. No one. Not one. Yeah. Frickin'... Oh wait, this isn't increasing their more power to the nobles doesn't actually give them any more influence. It's kind of funny. You're gonna be over anyway. It's gonna take a bit more effort to get the merchants guys up, so I think we're gonna go merchants. Because you're getting there anyway. Tolerance of humans? I don't give a flying fuck about humans. Whatever. We can also cast a spell. Scrying... I thought scrying internal distance gave you some... None of these help with the states. I thought one did. I guess not. I'm paying off a few loans as well. So your max is currently 66. How am I going to get like a 20 boost? I imagine it's probably going to come out of some kind of event. I'm going to have to wait for events to sort me out on that front. Doing another one of these. Also click that button. Right. Officer rights revoked. Right? Because officer rights is 10 influence. Can't have it. 44. Good stuff. I do still think I need to do a summon diet. Hopefully it's not a shit one. Again, I need to have 5,000 gold. Oh, no. Well, that's 2,500. I know that just pissed off the burgers that I'm trying to impress, but it needs to be done. Doesn't take away your gold rights, so you can take a bunch of loans and then repay them. True. Also give me 100 admin points. Not bad. So now, obviously I want to pay off all of my loans. Mission-wise, where was the one that I was looking at? Here, I just need the influence lower than 50. You're at 50. Now you're at 45. How am I going to get you higher than 83? I need to obviously wait until some diets have expired. Remote and merchant guild bookkeeping, and yeah, okay. Yeah, it is just going to be a case of waiting, I think, for that one. Oh yeah, let's once again try and get this upgraded. And let's see if there are any fat workshops. There are, because I built a bunch of manufactories, I think. Hell yeah, that's a lot of nice bit of cash. Oof. Much better. Get rid of that guy. Embarrassment. Alright, so we're making good money. Also, let me check all of these. Do I have that modifier? It was development of temples 5. And then tribal Naga homeland 10. So, does that get rid of this completely? Oh no, it's minus 35. Yeah, never mind. And then tropical is a further minus 5. Or plus 5, I should say. My commandant is half price, so I don't want to lose him. Do I want Rashak? I mean, kinda. Thank you. While none would openly defy the Nagas, there are a few states where they are. There are a few states where they are as influential as in KHATALASHYA. There isn't a single institution in our country that isn't entirely under the influence of the Nagas, and the power of our emperor depends on them now more than ever. It's perhaps only natural that the Nagas now also wish to take a more active role in the practical ruling of our country. Lately, a number of suggestions have been made by their representatives to further harmonize our laws and traditions with those of the spiritual realm. The ambition is to cleanse our court culture from any unorthodoxy and to ensure that the country is governed according to religiously sound rules and ideals. Have them gain influence or we lose stab. Fine. Fine. You're already over 100, so what difference does it essentially make? The Emperor has faced challenges to his rule before, but none such as this. A young man has been going around claiming to have received an enchanted blade from some lady of the lagoon, granting him a mandate whereby he's proclaimed himself king of the Araxi lizard folk. Somehow this farcical aquatic ceremony has caused quite a stir, and he's attracted a sizable entourage. It's not clear what he wants after achieving his claimed kingship. Does he advocate for a system of government based on strange women lying in ponds distributing swords? In the future, we should have to request that the merfolk be more discerning in how they dispose of garbage. For now, though, how do we deal with his character? 100 stab? Actually, 100 admin for 1 stab is cheap. I don't want to lose dip. And I don't want to fight rebels, so yeah, let's get back up to 3 stab for cheap. I'm also going to click Postal Service. Liberty Desire from Subjects Development, so you're at 57, you're now at 55. Okay, that I felt that could have gone better. But Karshir is also very unhappy with me, so let me just do that. Make sure everyone's happy as fuck. It's literally just the merchants. It's just the merchants, the burgers. I need you to be happy so I can remove all of your shit. What creature has destroyed the most lizard folk empires? The answer is, unsurprisingly, dragons. But what nobody expects is what comes in second. I mean, I would have said lizards. Number 1 is suicide. State suicide. Not anything you would expect, like genies or elves or humans. Not anything from the Shadow Swamp. Not the legendary crusher of empires, Chachazara. I have no idea who that is. Not the being simply known as the Void. Instead, the creature at fault for the death of at least 25 different empires is the humble T'Chokken. Whatever that is. Dangerous is not a word typically associated with a Chokken. Stupid, clumsy, and gormless are more common adjectives. Blissfully unaware of their surroundings and born with a wind tunnel between the ears that never gets clogged with something concrete as a thought, the Chokken live in bliss. One of their most famous attributes is not recognizing when they're sinking into a bog, until only their round eyes remain above the water. A Chokken is dangerous to naught but himself. So why have so many empires died at the hands of Chokken? According to prophecy doubters, it's because whenever a writer wants to call someone pathetic, they say they died to the dumbest creature they can think of. It's a lazy writer's shorthand for weakness. So when the 210th Empire died to a Chokken attack, it should be taken with a grain of salt. Same with the 45th Empire allegedly crushed beneath a herd of stampeding Chokken. A concept so comical even the most fervent believers in the prophecy find it difficult to explain. I lose more faith. No. Minus 10 morale of... Oh, actually terrible. Hold up. Oh, you increase faith. Okay, a lot of this is... Increase faith, okay. Permanent claim on the Shadow Swamp. Okay, fun. We must eradicate the foul Chokken creatures. True. Is there any, like, D&D lore about Chokken? Is it actually a thing, or is it just completely made up for this? Okay, you, Gasha, can now divert trade again. Lose a stab or money. Money is fine. Lose manpower there is fine. Excuse me. Still need to dev printing press. It's only going to get worse from here on out. We've got 30% penalty. Got one more. And then we can start integrating all of our guys. We definitely have the gov cap for it now as well. Oh, 16 to 73. Oh, it's close, buddy. It's bloody close. Don't suppose there's anything else I can do in here. Bounds of power is, yeah, no. Cabinet of Curiosities. 200 ducats for an inno. Yes, please. Get ourselves another manufactory. Oh! Fuck you, gnomes! The bloody hierarchy is down here on a bunch of provinces. I did not even see them until right now. We're gonna get gnomed. No. We can summon another diet. Obviously, it would then make, you know, these guys have an extra 5. I think we don't do it. I think we wait still. But here we have our final influence idea, which means we have our final national idea. The enemies within. It's been said the third greatest enemy of the lizard folk, we've just learned about the second after all, are the armies of KHATALASHYA. The second greatest are the third greatest, the second greatest are the terrible dragons, and the greatest enemy is his neighbor. No. The second greatest isn't the terrible dragons. The second greatest is those Chokin. Brother, we just learned this. The Chokin are the second most dangerous enemy of the lizard empires. This is just a fact. We know this for a fact. With every lizard folk working together for the glory of the empire, to do that though, the lizard folk needed a way to brand any internal opposition as enemies that needed to be crushed. The Freyshaw instant gave them their enemy, the hags. History is filled with tales of the hags, corrupting an ambitious ruler with promises of great power, and the governor Freyshaw was just another long line of those who made a bargain with the hags to seize power. With his treachery revealed and rebellion crushed, it was announced that anyone opposing the empire's rule was in league with the hags. Whether they were actually in league with the hags did not matter. Constant vigilance had to be maintained. And we get 2 new fat policies, which we are going to integrate all of our vassals now. So we're also going to turn on integration policy. I know that brings you back up, but as soon as everyone's integrated, it don't fucking matter, does it? So return these. I want you and you and Kugra to be the first to be annexed. Yeah, let's just disable all of that. Kugra definitely wants to be annexed, though. There we go. So, what is our total reduction? Diplomatic annexation cost. Minus 55. Could be better, but you know what? I'll take it. It's fine. Also, we now have our finisher, which is +3 missionary strength. Not that there's anything to convert right now. I could seize land, but I'm not going to. I think we'll take off increased levies from you now as well. Oh wait, does increased levies not give you any influence? It does. Doesn't seem to have done anything there though. Yeah, we're only a little bit away. You're at your maximum now, but we've got 3 diets that can end, and then I can remove a privilege, and then we're gonna be good. But when do they run out? 1578. We're gonna be waiting until. Goddamn. Well, maybe we'll get an event. Oh, we're losing quite a lot of diplo points. Maybe 3 at once was not the play. But it's fine. As soon as you're finished, then it'll move on to the next one. And spend the dip there. But Nazni and KHATALASHYA won't like it, but they'll get over it. Damn. Someone took Miltech super early. It's not even that early, is it? I think we spend the massive amount of monarch points we have on getting an institution. So I'm going to open up PDX tools and pop in the what's it called? There. Oh great, my desktop button is now not working. Hang on a second. Dip. Properties, make sure. There we go. Again, I have recently upgraded to a 2K monitor, so a lot of my shit broke. Let's put it that way. Anyway, latest autosave. That is, yep, from 1 minute ago. It'll tell us where we should dev for institution. Right, I forgot that this broke. This used to work. Even on modded games. Ah, it's annoying. Okay, well, fuck. Karask is a choice. It's got a natural harbor. We can upgrade that to next thing. It's urban. Paper's not exactly the best thing in the world, but paper's not bad. And the cost is so much cheaper than the next lowest. Although Cogdash starts at 20, so that's also pretty good. Also, yeah, know what? Karask is fine. Karask is fine. So, obviously I don't have an encouraged development thingamabob. We don't have a development edict. We don't have a development edict anymore. It's been changed to goods produced modifier. We click that, then we upgrade that. Then that's not the button I wanted to press. Almost there. There we go, printing press. So to embrace, it needs to spread. I always hate that. Well, spread then. Thing is, if it spreads to you and then I could buy it off your, so I don't fucking know, some shit. What is that? Adine Coupists? Okay. Another skill 2 guy. Interesting. On a... My dude. Thank you. On a patch of deep water, dark and foreboding in the space between the stars above, a sea monster unlike any I'd ever seen cracked the ship's hull like a clamshell, spilling sailors and cargo out into the cold brine. This assault drew terrifying scavengers who circled our diminishing refugees, hungering for our hides. If it weren't for those merfolk hunters, I wouldn't be here to gripe about it. Aye, hoisting wicked harpoons, they struck our predatory foes, tinging the endless blue-red. Tinging, maybe, the endless blue-red. I'd hoped our saviors would grant us assistance back to shore, but they only bellowed a victorious cry, claimed their trophies, and sank back to the depths without sparing us a second glance. While these aquatic hunters didn't intend to save the ship's crew, offering token thanks at the wreckage might show the merfolk that we respect their prowess. Likewise, we could merely accept this serendipity for what it was, leaving our relations unaffected and saving face. Yeah, have some trophies. So yeah, Gasha is now integrated. Got a few more troops, but not that guy, because they suck. You're fine still. I'm not integrating. I'm integrating Kugra and Shalazar, so I don't need to worry about the fact that the others are a little bit pissy. Swapping to a court mage. Not a bad idea. Yeah, you got yourself. I assume you're gonna win this? Yeah, you run them down. Good boy. While many traders are known for cheating countrymen and foreigners alike, lying about the quality of goods while making fraudulent promises, KHATALASHYA merchants are well known for to be trustworthy. Fantastic stuff. We got a foreign investor again in Inno. Yes, I like Inno. Oh shit, we are only a little bit away. We're very, very close to being able to do the mission. Also, it's Shalazar that needs to be integrated for my mission, right? Let's see if there are any of these that I can do. Yeah, integrate you. Yeah, that's still integrate you. I need 140 development in Rada Lizard Folk. No, not that one. That's Rada Lizard Folk. How much am I going to get from this? 17. That's 24. That's 42. That's 42, 86. Not 86, 66. I'm going to gain 66, which puts me at 112. So I need another... I need to dev this land a bunch. Oh, fun. And then for that mission, I also need to dev this, probably this province, a bunch. Oh, that's good timing. Kugra is integrated, very nice. Do I want a 244 consort for minus 20 legitimacy? No. Of course not. So yeah, now I own Kugra. I need it to have a shipyard and a temple. Got a temple. No shipyard. There we go. And then here... Yeah, again, I need you to be integrated, and then we're good. KHATALASHYA is happy-ish. Nazni has started being happy, which is good. And I think there's a bunch of provinces that I need to full state as well. Good stuff. All right. I'm about to get more rebels. Probably. So yeah, unfortunately the one that I needed to be done earliest is going to take the longest, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, fucking West Ham is here as well. That's cute. Decent general. I will take him. Mission fulfilled. When the gods created lizard folk, they also created guides for their creations. They created first Arisery, the Thraxis, and from it was born every other Arisery. They're like us, and Tenias is their home as much as it is ours. Most Arisery live on the water, not just the sea, but the very air itself, skipping from raindrop to raindrop, passing through the mists, appearing into lost sailors, and waylaid explorers to help them. With the support of the Arisery, we shall too become creatures of both the land and the sea. So now I gain 3 Marines when I recruit explorers. It lets me get explorers and conquistadors. Very cute. Cool. Can't wait for us to sail siege the Dragon Coast because we need some shitty islands. And yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But I think we probably can. Obviously, I've got a claim on this province. I can just sit on here and then wait until 25 war score, and hopefully that will be good enough. Motherfucker. Oh shit, my ruler died. That's not good. That's not good because that mission required me to have current ruler to do 2 agendas. And now I've done none. Balls. Well, let's go tech cost and admin advisor cost. Did this get finished yet? Almost. 1 Inno is nice. Oh, 61 out of 67. So close. 433 air is not bad. Not bad. And also, I'm very down on Diplo points, so having this is quite good. You can deal with that yourself. So Nazni, let's start integrating you as well. Nice, it's spread to Kugra. Very cute indeed. So yeah, I need to click this button, but I don't want to click this button because I want to take some stuff away from the merchants first. Ah, dealing with estates later on into mission trees is so ass. I don't like Gnomish hierarchy. I think you suck ass. There we go. Do we already do the mission for the province our troops are drilling on? This one? Or this one? I know we had 2 hubs of Naga here. It's that second bottom tick. So essentially, yes-ish. And eventually we'll get it done. It was the support one. Oh, Arisi support was owning Kugra in the south. It just gives us allowing recruitment of explorers and conquistadors. Which, I mean, is kind of cute. You know. Every time we recruit a conquistador, an explorer, or one of them. Both of them? No, just when we recruit an explorer, I gain 3 marines. Which I feel is a bit weird, but, you know. Free dudes is free dudes. Get rid of you. Mission fulfilled. End the blood curse. The blood curse tore Tanius asunder. Thousands upon thousands of lizard folk, twisted by the curse of the Night Hag's Coven, stampeded through the jungles and collapsed at the penultimate empire. A tragedy, yes, but as an empire that is destined to last for eternity, we can take the long view on such a curse. The 332nd Empire was hardly the only empire to collapse due to disease of some kind. The 19th Empire suffered from the curse of angels, under which its populace gradually faded out of existence. The 158th Empire collapsed in a pandemic due to eating too much chokin. A curse like this will pass. The issue is one of control. The blood curse causes the Ashana to lose control of their mind and attack whatever is in front of them. If we can maintain full control over every Ashana lizard folk in our borders, we can control every and any instance of a crocodilian lizard from falling to the red mist ever again. Permanent claim on the Shadow Swamp. 50 years of a missionary. Okay. So yeah, I need to dev, 28 more times. And I need to also dev... I mean, you just need a fort, right? Oh, you as well. Thankfully, none of you. And you're a marsh. Okay. They too much what? Chokin! The second most deadly being in existence when it comes to the destruction of empire. You're fine. You will be fine. Annex vassals minus 84 is not great. Ideally, I would start the annexation of you before Nazni is finished. Is that going to be possible? Maybe. I can get plus 50 from a gift and a influence. There's 168. Sorry, 20. That'll do the trick, and now we can start the annexation of you as well. Lovely. Balls. We'll just take that. Extreme monsoon, not great. Where is that rebellion? There it is. Definitely look like lizards. Honestly, these guys probably could have just taken the kobold models and just used the kobold models. It would not have gone down badly. I'm losing. Oh, I'm still gaining. Okay, I'll take that then. When's the next one gonna run out? 71. $25 and $7, $25 and $7. Alright, let's make that 8 and 26. And then you can march up here. You can be 8 and 26 as well. Do we take this early or not? I think we just take it. Because then I can build myself some plantations. And get things like Drakats with a manufactory. And then also we need to choose what our next idea group is. It's obviously going to be a military idea group. Quantity's an idea. It's always an idea. Divine ideas. It's always like, when you see it, it's so rare that you get to see it, so you're always tempted, but it's also just kind of shit. Offensive ideas for the siege ability is always nice. Discipline in there as well. Defensive for the morale. I think I go offensive because I like the siege ability. And also there's, you know, +2 leader pips. There's another diet summoned, Ragon, which means 61 out of 62. I could sell titles. Which means that then I can get rid of... Which one gives the most influence? Bookkeeping. Get rid of bookkeeping. Now we're at 51, but that's going to go back up. 52. Let's wait until this goes up, and then we can get rid of one more thing. Probably patronage. Even though patronage is only 5, it would get you below. The 12th Empire was ruled by a creature simply known as the Void. There is ample documentation of this empire, but little else is known about it, as all texts on its existence quickly descend into simply repeating the Void, the Void, the Void. Nobody questions the legitimacy of the 12th Empire. Most are simply terrified of it. The Void, 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 the Void. The Void. Nothing holds longer than a temporary band-aid solution, and a real lizard models would be cooler. True, true, true. Not wrong. I just don't think it's gonna happen at all. I don't think real lizard models are being worked on. At least I don't know of any. And I think there are other races that are more in need. Like, for example, one of the most played nations in this mod are dwarves. Dwarves of all backgrounds and sizes and all that, and they're still tall. It honestly trivial, right? Just take all of the dwarven models, squish. Yeah, take them all and just squish. I will prove to you that it is doable. Hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah? Watch. You want to see how easy it is to make a dwarven model? No, not like that. Dwarven model! Am I not correct? I think I am correct. I am always correct. I always think I am correct. It's just a fact of life. Let's also add all of these places. Full states. Someone called taters. We have the solution. Honestly, it's purely feasible. Super duper feasible. Right. Let's take away patronage of the arts. Fuck your arts, and then I will seize land. And then I will go and deal with the rebels that you have just created for me, you bastard. But unfortunately, I do also need to summon the diet a couple of times. You want me to have a marketplace? A bloody marketplace in a gold mine. What the hell? Fine. Fortunately, that brings him back up above, but there's literally nothing we can do about that. Almost got another government reform. I think what we do is environmental protection charms is generally my go-to. Unless I have, you know, artificers. Even then, this is force limit rather than force limit fraction. And force limit is just, like, not very good in comparison. Oh, I'll get another one of these. Ooh. Every now they will not fawn over you. There's a sacred duty to avert Chishigya, the madness of the one. They will watch you for it, Emperor. You'll never go unobserved again. A time will come when you must once more return to the heavy places and prove yourself. But for now, you enjoy plain sailing. In every province of your realm, the wealthy are encouraged to invest in the status quo, hoarding a little less in against darker days. Local Naga sermonize about the ancient strictures against withholding tax to one's rightful ruler, emphasizing duty and service to one's fellow citizens. Such undercurrents, you know, can prove more powerful than one expects. Take heed, the next test the Naga set you will prove more rigorous. So I will lose Naive Enthusiast, which is, you know, a negative trait, and I will gain an good trait. This works better now. What do I get? Balrus Blessed is good. It's good enough. And get our first military idea. So yeah, checking these missions, I needed one of... Yeah, anyone Rada province, 30 dev, expanded infrastructure one time. There's the expanded infrastructure. There's that. I need to dev you more. Do I build a mage tower first? No. Fuck it. Can't be asked. Wonder, can I get printing press here? No, not even close. But if I dev this enough, then I'll complete another mission as well. Oh, Harak Seda is killing Yezlamora as well. It's gotta be my job eventually. Merchants Guild gaining loyalty. Good thing, I like that. That works for me. Ambitious humans in the government. So Nasny is almost integrated, which means I will own the final urban tile. Couple more months and we're good. There we go. And your infantry are terrible. Here we go. A human builder once asked a lizardfolk explorer to describe the architectural style of the lizardfolk. The answer, 100,000 years of stars all built on top of each other. Every one of the great lizardfolk cities has been built atop existing locales. Cities like Shalazar and Zarat have stood the same place for millennia, building and rebuilding. Some houses have stood in the same place for thousands of years. The stone may change, the rooms may change, the roof may change. It is still the same great building standing in the same great city. In this way, no lizardfolk city ever truly dies. So I increase faith in the prophecy. And until the end of the game, dev cost... I wish I'd seen this, because that's this one. Dev cost and province governing cost minus 50... reductions. Very nice indeed. So, yay. We're not failing anymore, we're just wavering. Let's go. Aquatic beings, I need 20 docks. Who the fuck builds docks? Rancid. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. So yeah, you've now got mad dev cost reductions, which will let me get over here. I'll just wait until the Mage Tower is finished, though. That might be a wise idea. What are these boats? Shit, I don't want. Fucking docks, though. Who the... Ugh, I hate docks. Docks are bad. How many do I need again? 20 fucking docks! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I do have enough. I hate that I have enough. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Think of all the Marines we could... I couldn't give a fig's flying ball ache. These are all getting deleted afterwards, by the way. I don't fuck with docks. They're just bad buildings. They take up space. Any mod worth their salt makes these cost no building slot. Otherwise, they're just not used by anyone. Foreign talent. Fuck the gnomish hierarchy. Actually, I don't want to hire gnomes. Actually, as mix, you build docks since Marines become your main troop. I've not yet played a mix game, to be fair. But anyway, we're going to go environmental protection charms. Mage shields are nice. Fodder is terrible. Specialized troops would be nice if I had artifices. Yeah, get that land attrition and reduce morale damage taken. Which country is that? Mix probably exists at this point. There they are. Basically, null pirates that spawn from Viacok. They are a tag I will at some point play. Trust. What's this boat? Start doing things, boat. Making pretty good money now. Enough money to build docks. When I integrate you, that's more docks that I can build as well. And how many Marines did it say that it wanted me to own? 20 Marines. Oh, I can't believe it. Then again, I almost can't even build that many. Well, I ran out of sailors. Ah, but you know what I can do? 6 new guys, Marines. Yay. Both of them are terrible. But hey, you can have this guy. Wonder if building explorers can get you over the cap for Marines. Almost certainly. Game never checks for stuff like that. No, my commandant died. Where's my second commandant? There he is. I really need to do another one of these. Naga's losing power is not good, actually. As if pulled from a drama, a juvenile adventurer wandering KHATALASHYA has chanced upon an indigo... Oh, indigo. I thought it said indine. Indigo merfolk agonizing on a desolate beach. Arriving just in time, the hero offered what aid he could, granting enough reprieve for the merfolk to weave a spell to bridge the language barrier. Spurting blood and regret, the merfolk spilled their guts, literally and figuratively. A tale of a loved one's parting words, their children's future, as well as the fate of a kingdom in the balance. Thieving pirates, vile creatures risen from the deep, and a host of other onerous woes. The youth silently pledged to fulfill the merfolk's dying wish, and his burden lifted, the son of the sea passed peacefully. The hero informed the local magistrate about the encounter, who in turn passed on the story to us. Should we alert the Undersea Kingdom about the departed merfolk's terminal plea? All a questing youth suffice. I will help you out, merfolk. Again, I just want the merfolk to actually like me. I don't know what we are at right now. They're still unfriendly? Brother, man. Hey, we're now neutral. Let's go. Ship cost there is cheaper. Cute. And sure, it took a bit of autonomy. We can remove that immediately. But yeah, it's looking good. Now, 28 and 11, 30 and 12 seems fine. Command donated to Jansiang. What the fuck's going on over there? Deniraj is huge, by the way. Holy balls. And the Obsidian Legion has spawned. If I can, when I play in the multiplayer tomorrow, I'm playing Argordston. If I can go, what's your religion called again? Runefather Worship, I will. Because Runefather Worship is pretty cool. And strong. So where are we at now? Almost finished the Mage Tower. When that's finished, we're going to dev up again. Has a religion finally been finished? It looks finished to me. I don't know if there's anything extra supposed to be in it. But yeah, it looks finished. Alright. We need to... Oh no, it's cell titles I can do. I don't want to do that yet. Alright, Mage Tower is complete. Time... I'll just do that now, but time to dev a little bit more here. Oh boy, expensive. There we go. Present, which means can I... Oh, I'm so close. 89 there. Oh, did I see a 90? Oh, you're a 90, okay. Soon. Also, KHATALASHYA has it. I wonder... Oh, ask for knowledge sharing from KHATALASHYA? Can I get it in my capital before you're fully integrated? I think I probably can. 242 a month means I need, what, 25 months? No. Yeah, no. No, it's more like 40 months. 40 months, whereas you're going to be integrated in far less than that. Can I piss you off? Yeah, I can. Okay, when we get to 99 or whatever, we're going to enable divert trade. It's going to piss you off. And then continue growing our bullshit here. I don't think there's anyone else that has the ability to give me it. Let's summon another diet. And you want me... Oh, marketplace is fantastic. So here, it's a marketplace and a temple. Okay, they need both. That's fine. Where's the other place? Here. You already have a shipyard. Fucking Christ. Ooh, names to you. Am I gonna have to delete the building to upgrade? Yeah, do that. Everyone's above 50, so I'll just do that now. We can already build there, it's nice. Yes, you can have military access, that's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You can also drill. Okay. I mean, I delete the shipyard. Easy choice. I need to replace it with docks anyway! Okay, hang on. You're going up at 8 a month. We are 2 months away. Okay, we'll get one tick. Well, we're going to be replacing that at some point. What we need to do is hiss you off. So you're no longer going to get integrated. At least until you are done. Yep, it's working. The event the Serpent's Eye happens, which is going to replace this. And it wanted a marketplace, right? Marketplace and a temple. Yep. We just need one of the diets to go away. So 1592? Wait, that's fucking miles away. 92 and 97 is fucking ages away. Holy shit. That's not great. That is not ideal. In the least. This one, I'll probably end up going with like royal decree or something. I don't know. Maybe aristocratic court. That increases a state's influence, and not that one. Serpent's Eye, let us get rid of whatever we had. Oh, we can just get the opposite, I think. No, it isn't, because I don't think I have the tax reduction one. But yeah, architectural visionary is fantastic. Right, the tier 3, now I don't need to summon diet anymore. I can go royal favoritism. All estate influence -5. What am I missing now? Hang on. I need the Nagas to be rinsed with privileges, I guess. So you can have that one. We need 20% more. I'm not going to view new oversight. Don't be silly. Imperial Court seems pretty good. Delegates of the Prophecy. Oh, this is where the Diplo relations thing is. I can't do this yet, though, because Liberty Desire would go down. I don't want Liberty Desire to go down, because I want printing press in my capital. Yo, I could just wait, though. I could just wait, and then just do this one. Oh, the fucking second half-price commandant died. If you're half-price, your chance of death goes way the fuck up. In the meantime, ruler dies, we need 2 more fucking truths. What we need is a ton of money. No, my dame's here. Oh, my fucking guy died here as well. What do we like? Inflation reduction guy. I actually have no idea if we've already done this. Yeah, you're at 48, 46. That's good. Come on, motherfucker. There we go. And now we can disable that. He dev'd in the meantime. Hey, stability. Knowledge sharing ended. And then, we integrated. Fantastic. Wait, was that the last province that needed it? Apparently. Okay, well, you can go back to goods produced. And then here... You're at 33 now. Still, you said embrace before integrating. No. The whole point was that I needed it to spread into my capital, and that's why he was spreading it to me. It's present. Him being integrated now is irrelevant. Because he did his job. Sell titles would totally give me enough money to click button, but I don't want to. What I need to do is you need to be happier. Delegates of the Prophecy would totally work. That's -5 there. I don't really want to give away Crown Land. This is free. Increases the chance of getting a powerful mage ruler as well. I don't like morale damage received, but I do like powerful mage guy. That puts us at 92. Anything I can give for just 10? Oversight. Don't want to give away crown land, so let's go with clerical ministers. That puts you over 100. That means we can assert the Naga dominance. The final prophesized empire has been declared. A joyous occasion, surely. No, say the peasantry. They doubt us. They doubt the Naga. How on earth could one possibly reliably count 333 empires? They say this is all a conspiracy by the Naga. Nobles, merchants, adventurers, mages, inventors, so many demand for more say in how this empire is run. The empire was prophesied by the Naga. It was delivered under the guidance of the Naga. It shall be run under the watchful eyes of the Naga, for now and forever. For this empire is forever, as too is the will of the Naga. Complete Naga dominance will be granted the Naga. Naga's max privilege is +5. Okay. So, records of the Shangra. I need to gain 12 admin a month, and Shangra needs to be 12 base tax. Okay. He's busy. The lizard folk script is written in 9 different colors, each with its own grammatical meaning, making it somewhat difficult for anyone other than the very learned to pass. A simpler version was devised some years ago that used only 4 colors that could be used by merchants. In our weaker moments, one wishes this simpler writing style had not been created, for it allowed erroneous understanding of Anzelkatsa to spread. Ideas about how many empires have truly been, how many of these historical empires may in fact be nonsense. In even weaker moments, we wonder whether these heretical preachers are correct. No! We are looking at this all wrong. This simpler language is a tool, not a curse. Control the language, and we can control the message. If we can formulate rejoinders? The fuck is a rejoinder? If we can reformulate rejoinders to every calumny of false empires before uproar can begin, we'll be prepared to combat these falsehoods. To do so, we need absolute control over the records of the Shangra. The catacombs contain historical records dating back thousands upon thousands of years. It's where details of many historical empires lie. Often it's from Shangra that the seditious ideas emanate in the first place, as though being able to directly read these texts is what highlights their contradictions. If it lies purely under the control of the Naga, these ideas will stop spreading, hopefully. So they get Shangra records, which gives us minus 5% idea cost. And also we gain a university and lose all of the separatism. Some events that normally lower your faith in the prophecy can be averted for a cost. Fantastic. Okay. So 2 hubs the Naga. I need 6 more dev. And any on province, 30 dev. Okay, you need to be 30 dev and you need to have the correct buildings. So there is one of the correct buildings. And I need... Didn't Shangra need to be dev'd a bit more? Or something? No idea. Oh, I do need to give them delegates of the prophecy anyway. Anyway, how much more did I need? 6 more dev. We're looking at... expensive. I want these 2 provinces, please. 55, 64, 42, 44... God, your good is trash, though. Yeah, I just need the courthouse to finish here, and I think that's done now. Lovely! Another bloody mission done. Youth Stranding. That's better than Death Stranding. A fisher screams from her beach hut window, berating a trio of snickering kids lying in on her sun-drying tops. An annoyed city cook dumps a bucket of water over a dehydrated teen reeling from their failed climb up to the restaurant's roof. A local guard carrying his 5th trespasser back to the local estuary dreads his captain's inevitable dress down for not completing his daily patrols. As relations have strengthened between KHATALASHYA and the local sea peoples, rambunctious merfolk youths have begun testing this trust. Playing a game called Land Reefing, the impressionable players compete by dragging themselves ashore and relaxing in humorous spots. The further inland and more precarious, the funnier. Often drained from their antics, these teens rely on charitable locals to drag them back to the water's safety. Tired of this new craze, our citizens gripe about the constant disturbances and rescue efforts, demanding we discipline these Piscine daredevils. As a silver lining, the merfolk's parents, often fearful of the surface world, extol our people for ensuring their children don't meet a dry and deadly end. What should we do about these mischief makers? Whatever. Like, it's all in good fun. I just want to be very happy with them. Can I show the last mission reward again? This one? 5 mutations active at a time? Or are you talking about the last mission? Which is why we survive happens. Or are you talking about the mission we just completed? This one. Shanghai Records gets given, get idea cost minus 5%. And we lose separatism. And we can... mutation no longer increases technology cost. No, actually, yay! That's good. I didn't know that it did. I'm just saying. This is the one. Okay. So you no longer do bad things. Is there anything that I would like you to have? Laws of the Naga. All provinces with a town hall or a courthouse or town hall get local dev... Yo! Fat! Fat! That's amazing! Delegates of the prophecy. Unfortunately, I do have to give out anyway for a different mission. Imperial Court is just good. We'll give that out. And now we're at 13 out of 13, so I can't do any more. I really want to do more diets. They're good. They're fun. I haven't actually gone to war this this session yet, and I feel like I've been doing stuff all the time. But yes, that needs to be finished. Oh, I forgot. I had to build a fuck ton of fucking docks. I hate docks. I hate them. I hate them so much. Bad buildings. Shouldn't be built. You know, in my time, docks, they shouldn't be built at all. These heavy ships shouldn't be built at all. These galleys shouldn't be built at all. This heavy ship shouldn't be built at all. We just have the one navy. Anyway, the 2 hubs of the Naga. The 2 greatest cities of the lizard folk in Shalazar and Zerat have been historically also hosted the greatest council of Naga across Tanias. Unfortunately, these 2 hubs of Naga have grown apart over time, not helped by the centuries where the cities were separated by the blood-cursed Ashana. This has led the Rada near Naga of Shalazar and the Ichiadze Naga of Zerat forming very different opinions on how society should operate, how leaders should act, and how to direct our people. We need to stop this factionalism among the Naga. There already exist dissenting voices amongst the populace as to the validity of the 333rd Empire prophecy. If we do not present a unified front from the Naga, this will only fuel the conspiracies and weaken our rulers' position, as they will be forced to constantly balance the trust of the 2 factions. Not good. So, increasing faith of the prophecy, we're no longer going to be wavering. We're now just questioning it. This is fine. Naga mutation now grants plus 20 max absolutism instead of minus 10. Okay. Hell yeah. New capital for the Naga. I need Lasadzadach to be my capital? Brother, man. I had the option of making it my capital at one point. I literally had that as an option. Now I have to spend 451 fucking admin to move my capital here. That sucks. Holy shit, that's ass. That is so ass. Scammed indeed. That's not fun. The Green Blight was a terrible terrible time to be a lizard folk. Draconic beings flooded Tanias and wrecked towns and villages across the jungles. Dragons have long been natural enemies of lizard folk, and tales from the Green Blight form a large part of the mythos of the evils propagated by dragons against our kind. The era saw the rise and fall of many different empires, many of them short-lived. An empire in this era would usually be proclaimed when a hero slayed a dragon. This granted them authority to announce their emperorship and proclaim themselves to be the savior of lizard kind. Yet not all of those empires left records of what happened. Instead, it was up to their successors to write their history, and sometimes how these historians describe their predecessors placed great doubt on whether they should even be considered an empire. Take the 324th Empire. Evidently, the historian had little time for their great ruler. He wrote that the soon-to-be emperor rode into town at the crack of dawn with the head of a dragon who had been terrorizing them. Great celebrations abounded until later that day it was discovered the dragon's head was carefully constructed from chalk and bones with painted leaves arranged over them. The emperor was deposed and the dragon attacked them and wiped out the town before the sun is even set. No, we lose faith in the prophecy! We're back to questioning. No, we're back to wavering. Not good. Not good at all. Why the fuck do I care about this? Okay, whatever. It's the fucking chalking again. True. Hey, just give me some money. I'm not colonizing, so I don't really care about that. There we go. Let me embrace. Also, issue an embargo and insult. Back over. Human highwayman, fucking whatever. The gnomes are no longer a valid rival. Fuck me. I guess I will revoke the embargo. How many more do I need? What? Surely I built more than that? Are they still being built? Okay, they are still being built. There are still docks being built. We don't need to panic just yet. Get rid of these fucking cavalry, they're terrible. You know what? Catarata, I don't like you. Bwadakinshi will be my next rival. We'll embargo you as well. At some point, I will need to go and attack him. I've got claims on him at least. But yeah, I need to build a manufactory in my new capital. So this will give me clerical inward focus, grants all power cost scaling with the Naga estate land ownership up to a maximum of 10. That's cool. Delegates of the prophecy, I've already given it. But that's cool. Okay, and then Shadow Root, I need to go murder you. I mean, I've got claims. They are permanent. Maybe I do. Look, let's have a war this session. I have not been at war this entire stream, so let's go fix that. Influential power holder somewhere. Didn't really look. I'll march in with 100k. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be great. Don't even worry about it. 33 and 17. Oh, I love those numbers. At least it's the same. Yeah, whatever. EJ Kepa is where we're gonna walk all over them. Unfortunately, they've got a very well-placed fort. Losing a little bit of money, but that's fine. Who's got the better siege? You, when it's still terrible. Got 111k manpower. I don't need to worry about it. Attrition, Geschmission. Yeah, you can have access. That's fine. Was that 2 extra terrible generals? Yes, it was. No war, only docks. Don't, please. Sadness. Oh, I need 4 more. There we go. Done. Don't ask me about a dock ever again. You can't have it. At least we won't lose too much here because I'll be able to take the admin tech. Still, he's got 29k, so... And those 29k are trolls. So they've got, you know, they're pretty fat. Well, we're getting through that very, very nicely. Very fast indeed. We'll take that. Diplotech. We are now behind in technology. Not good. I mean, if the enemy isn't going to engage me, then I don't feel a need to worry about them. Oh, they've also got a spire. Look at them. He's probably got his army here, to be honest. No. Interesting. At some point, we're going to encounter them. There we go, we'll take that. Also, mission fulfilled, yay. What makes lizard folk special compared to the many other races of the world? Our diversity from mutations is a good starting point, but that we are just at home on the water is another. Lizard folk are capable of surviving and thriving in all sorts of environments. There's been historic lizard folk empires based out of the desert, on islands, even on one occasion operating entirely underwater, as was the case with the 80th Empire. Ever since the onslaught some 2.5 millennia ago, lizard folk have lost their island-hopping ways. We should strive to bring them back. We cannot be the greatest final empire if we don't at least cover all the territory the past empires did. So I gain a colonist and colonial range and permanent claims on Jasir Jadid. Well, alright then. I guess we do a bit of colonizing. Let's get... Native Uprising minus 100's probably the play. No, minus 50, because then I can get another minus 50 from somewhere. Was it the Naga that gave minus 50? That might have been it, actually. I can't give any more from you. Do I want to re-add bookkeeping? I do like bookkeeping. Either way, we can colonize. These are the only places we can colonize. Because everywhere else has already been fucking taken. You think the mages have something? Magical exploration, uprising chance. Yeah, there it is. So minus 75%, but there's literally nothing to colonize. I feel like that is supposed to be an event, a mission you take a lot earlier so that you can start doing this. But I don't feel like I've been slow at all. Oh, there's their army. SMH. They have two forts next to each other. That's illegal. 50k should be enough. I think you use it if the Canorians don't show up. I agree. You're never going to give access. But wait a minute. Motherfuckers. Why can't I get in here when they fucking can? You're not at war, and you're giving access to these fuckers somehow. Or do they just not need access? That's bullshit. Scam? Excuse me, scam. Do I get here in time? Maybe if I do that. The 333rd Empire is on its way, you... Fuck's sake. Yo. I have not seen the woolly mammoths yet. Oh, that's fucking funny. That's great. Oh, now they're gone. I'm liking it. Funnily enough, though, these guys are now dead. I'm pretty sure they can only retreat here, and then they're going to get stack wiped. Oh, for fuck's sake. Keybind fail. Yep. Stack wiped. Fuck yeah. 333, bitch. 333. Anyway, what I need is to own that province and fucking... The world tree at the center of the Shadow Swamp has been freed from the house control and purified, so I think I just need to go and own that. Let's take the entire province. $92 is good, then we take some money. Alright, everyone find a tower. One of you go here. And... ooh, 129, that's quite a lot. We went a little too far, it seems. And there's no one I can release for that either. It is just we took too much. Corn cost is low, though. I like it. The amount of admin points I have is also fucking low. Christ. Whoops. So yeah, is there a decision I can make? Purify the matriarch. I need to own the core and do a click. Okay. Yezelmore went bankrupt. Well, don't know why. It's got no troops it needs to pay for. Yaha. Uh, 50 admin points sounds nice. Oh yeah, what I want to do is delete all these fucking docks is what I'm gonna do. Actually, the easiest way is here, isn't it? Fuck you. Fuck you, docks. You suck. Conceptually. You conceptual failure. Yeah, I think that's good. Capital's almost finished doing that. Build some dev cost reduction buildings. Silvala. What even is going on in Canor? Are you having a Coronite League? Yep. Let's see. Is the Coronite League for once even-ish? No. No, no, no. No. No, no, no. Because all of this bullshit didn't get involved. That is a good Vertesk. I've not seen a Vertesk do quite so well there as AI. That's Bloodfjell. Oh, what a map color! Bloodfjell is amazing. I love this. Flag could do with a little work. The flag's a bit shit, but you know, loving the map color. Probably my new favorite map color on the map. Like, it's up there with Wex. It truly is. It's gorgeous. Fuck me. That's actually... liking it. Very much a fan. Anyway, Blodfjell. I don't know what a fjell is supposed to be. Like, faux Swedish. But yeah. No, very nice. Very nice indeed. What else is going on around the map? Obsidian Legion doing fat work. Very cool. Never heard of Dolon Tugin. Blood Mountain? Is Fjell a mountain? I thought Barry was a mountain. Like, the big copper mountain in Sweden is Stor Kopparberg. Or is that hill, maybe? No. No, it's not hill. Could be Norwegian. They like their FJs, the fjords, after all. Anyway, back to KHATALASHYA. We will deal with our issues. Our army's not so grand, you tell a lie. The Harpies are abducting me. Poor guys. Continue coring all the things that we can. So, it's fun. The funny thing is, we could just, like, accept the swamp trolls to make this really easy to deal with. And I think that's what I might actually end up doing. Naga's estate is currently at 189 influence. We are keeping these bitches very happy, please. Anything I could give you some more of these. Land attrition. Ooh. My trader died. Do I want just another one? How much money am I making? 43. Yeah, I think a level 2 is what I'm aiming for right now. And still want that inflation reduction. I do not want to take a mill idea right now. Swamp Troll Separatists, as expected. Oh shit, there's going to be 44,000 of them. Hang on a moment. Well, we're going to need a few more dudes. And probably go with our best general, which is going to be you. So you can take this guy and drill. A missionary is working. Oh, I had automatic missionaries on. Nope. Core first, thank you. Well, at least they spawned in separate places. Let's get that discipline guy. Alright, problem solved. That's such a cool model. Very cool model. I love whoever did the troll models did a great job. Oh, I forgot I had loans. Estate loans. It's fine. We will take that. Yo, what is... Oh, wait, I actually have colonies. One of my vassals was colonizing. That's not good to know. I guess I will send you here then. Any wonders down here? Nope. So each one of these loans is like 800. Bruh. Very expensive. Alright, so that's getting done. What else are you needing? Also, we can get rid of the matriarch now. The Shadow Root Matriarch of the Shadow Swamp has, for a long time, been tortured by the hags, draining its power for their own twisted plans. We have now liberated the tree, but the binding of the hags is still present. If we can remove them, we might be rid of that last bit of hag influence in the swamp. Hell yeah, get the fuck out of here. Start the construction of a great project, Purified Shadow Root Matriarch. Destroys the great project Shadow Root Matriarch. Alright, let me just see what that gives. Obviously, I can't use it, though. Wrong religion. But monarch lifespan and all that kind of shit. Okay. Get rid of that. I guess I do need to build this myself. Yo! Regional construction and development cost. Development cost 65. Oh, it doesn't... quite help enough. Also, Dahui doesn't like me. I don't even know who the fuck you are, brother. The night hags of Yezelmore have terrorized the lizard folk since they arrived shortly after the Day of Ashen Skies, year 1 of the modern calendar. Terrifyingly, though they may be, in the grand scale of lizard folk history, that is but a blip on the timeline. Their power is but a fraction of the sum of the most terrible creatures that have collapsed lizard folk society over time. The 271st Empire, the most advanced lizard folk empire since the very first, was destroyed by magical beings from across the ocean. There are also the many lizard folk empires that were brought to ruin by the mythical being known as Tjazara, including the 85th, 99th, 100th, 120th, and the 121st. The Night Hags are just another in the long list of powerful beings the lizard folk eventually overcame. They cannot collapse this empire, for this is the 333rd Empire, and our reign is eternal. The swamp was once home to lizard folk, too, before those hags took control. It will belong to lizard folk soon once again. Every province in the swamp region, including ones you don't own, get lizard folk reclamation giving the following effects when owned by KHATALASHYA. Local conversion cost and missionary strength. Actually, based. When the province becomes lizard folk culture, lizard folk reclamation is removed, and the province gets +1 in each dev and loses 15 devastation, including provinces that are already lizard folk culture when you complete this mission. Cool. So now Spriggy Twain needs to be lizard folk. That's fine. And I need to upgrade the monument. You, Temple Courthouse Marketplace. What are you missing? Courthouse. Well, we'll get that sorted. Fucking fish, though. Isn't this the one that had the mad boost of fish? Yeah, goods produced +4. Yeah. I'm just kind of upset, though, that I had a event that asked, you know, oh, do you want to move your capital somewhere? And there's no indication that you probably should choose this province. Did we do a war at last? Yeah, we did a war. We did a war. Also, you guys can now start doing work. So that's going to be done. Then here, Zerat needs to be tier 3. Okay, I need 250 ships, or every country needs to have a smaller fleet than me. Okay, I need fat ship production now. Let's have an flagship first. What shall we call the flagship? I'm trying to think of something to do with 333, but I just can't. The Barking Liz? I don't get it. What kind of things are in here if I just do this? Cash Lash Sara. Interesting. These are all kind of terrible. Crown maker? I mean, I suppose we are making crowns, but I call them ducats still. So, how about the 333rd, flagship? Whatever. Ducat shaker. Anyway, what do we want? Trade power per ship, movement speed, and flag officers. Oh, and also be a lightship. This is my standard for a trade flagship. And then we'll build a bunch of more early frigates. Also, you guys want to... Not you. You guys want to come over here. And we'll upgrade. And then we'll send you back out. And... Good enough. I have no idea what the largest fleet in the world is. Actually, I think we can check. No, we can't check. It only says heavies. But no mission could be fulfilled, yay. Our choice for the administrative center for the final empire started a course of fractures in a coalition. Discussion on which center would be the correct choice for a capital gets bogged down in endless debate because every historic lizard folk city considers their city to be the most important. You'd think the Naga, in all their wisdom, could see above the ruckus, but Naga too have their loyalty to their hometown and have not been able to leave aside their biases to make an objective decision. To choose a new capital, we need one that all Naga can agree on, and there is one potential location. You see, the humble and profoundly stupid Chokan is the food of the masses. It's fed lizard folk for as long as there have been lizard folk. No Naga is above a good roast Chokan leg. But if there's one delicacy a Naga enjoys above that of the succulent Chokan, it would be the fish from the Lazada fish market. It would make the perfect new capital, as every Naga would relish the chance of living closer to the source of such a delicacy. It's fucking terrible. Okay. We get clerical inward focus gives all power cost now, which is nice. Delegates to prophecy gets granted, whatever. Nice. Naga bureaucracy. I need to own more crown land. Oh, fun. I love that. What's my crown land right now? It's terrible. Alright, let's stop drilling. Because we're about to go do a little bit of murder. You no longer have delegates of the prophecy. I mean, okay. Is there anything here that I want to get rid of, actually? Clerical ministers was pretty meh. And now I can give... Which one was it again? Clerical? No. Which one was it that gave me inward focus? There is no such thing. Clerical ministers, oversight. Bugger if I know. I'm gonna still do that though. Oh, and nobody rebelled. Very nice. Because the Nagas own 53. I can't really eat into this at all, though, unfortunately. Do I want to start demonstration? I think I do. A stateswoman does not concern herself with the clearing of leaves from the bead-bark gutters. We have never particularly concerned ourselves with the disapproval of fools or foreigners. Faced with by far the most venerable civilization in the world, the various human savages who flank Tanius fester in their impotent jealousy, declaring us monsters. We gather that the flayed humans, who of late wander south to Vizembe, are even more ignorant and blinkered in this regard. Such a status quo raises problems, both pragmatic and prideful. This negative perception marginalizes our envoys and merchants, hindering our efforts abroad, and that is bad enough. More fundamentally, we cannot brook the indignity of their continued ignorance. 100 golden ages has passed for us before these people had so much as learned to fix flint to a meager bit of wood. High time they understood this. Alright, cool. We will do that. And I will also... I should have done that. Oh well. Good enough. Alright. We will get on that for sure. But I think I'm going to leave it here for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I've enjoyed streaming. And I will be back tomorrow with some more Anbennar. I'm going to be continuing my Ugg Ordston campaign. In multiplayer, of course. And we'll see how I get on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be in approximately 16 and a half hours. Because it starts at my 4 o'clock and it's, 11:30 for now. If you don't make it, I'll be blaming the Chockins. I will definitely make it. It's gonna go fine. It's gonna be great. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.